This is a long video about skin rejuvenation for lifespan extension. So this is just quite a big step in what I'm doing. So I came to the conclusion that to rejuvenate body, we have to start from skin rejuvenation. So this is the way to go. Okay, so again, for those who don't have time to watch all the video, I recommend downloading and reading the presentation, or at least the text with references in it. In short words, I put forward the idea that the path to effective rejuvenation must go through finding a way to rejuvenate our skin. Our skin is gateway to rejuvenation, to longer life. It is not only how you look younger, but it is why we're aging. Indeed, the skin, and especially skin with adipose tissue beneath, is the largest reservoir of zombie or senescent cells in our body. Our immune system cannot efficiently destroy zombie or senescent cells in these tissues because of slow blood circulation in these organs. So we have to find a way to heal and rejuvenate all our skin, not just the skin of the face, arms and neck like women do. It is not yet clear how we should do it, either with the use of creams or lotions, or immersion in a bath with anti-aging formulations, or using a sauna, or hyperbaric chambers with higher oxygen pressure, or fasting for several days regularly. But we have to understand that skin is not a passive organ, but together with a layer of deposit tissue and together also with a layer of epithelium layer in our guts, it's probably the most important part of our body because it is boundary between toxic environment and toxins in food. So if you will take care about your guts, about the epithelium layer in your guts and about your skin, you will not only decelerate aging, but you will get rejuvenation. This is my idea. So it is possible that the destruction of zombie or senescent cells in the skin can be accelerated by initiation of the autophagy process, as well as an administration of drugs, lotions and creams in combination with a controlled skin exposure to some chemicals, radiation, plasma or gases, or temperature, just like steam in sauna. Please understand that I am not supposed to give you advice to try this or that experiment with your skin, as it may lead to severe damage and even death. So it's again, I'm not medical expert, but I just claim that we have to go this way. This is a way to rejuvenate our body. So, but I hope that it is possible to find some combination of physical and chemical exposure of skin to remove zombie or senescent cells from your skin without damaging healthy cells. In particular, we can recall ancient Rome, where after cleansing the skin in public bath, an ointment procedure followed, that is covering the skin with aromatic oils or at least with olive oil. Queen Cleopatra, as you know, took baths from sour donkey milk and honey to rejuvenate her skin. I believe that with modern knowledge we can produce oils, lotions and creams for the skin, as well as formulations for baths that efficiently nourish and rejuvenate our skin. This again, we look at the difference between skin of a child and skin of an older person. We definitely see what is the markers, what is happening. The older skin is thin, it is covered with, it is not elastic, it is covered with pigment spots, and it is not only a manifestation of the aging, but this is also a reason. The aging starts from your skin and goes to all your body. And if we will rejuvenate skin, we will rejuvenate all the body. But even without creams and lotions or skin rejuvenation baths, simply keeping a carnivore diet and taking metformin with other dietary supplements, vitamins and minerals can improve skin condition. I can see that my skin condition has improved over last year. The sagging skin due to the weight loss shrunk, some wrinkles got disappeared, yeah, I see it, and I look noticeably younger in appearance now than a year ago. At least people tell me so, that you look younger than you used to be. That is, if I have patience and continue what I'm already doing, then I can expect some further improvement in health and appearance. And anybody can follow this way too. But of course, you have to sleep longer, take melatonin and 5-HTP in case of stress in order to be able to recover during a longer sleep. I believe also that antihistamines such as like Dramamine, what I use every night, and I think it will also reduce the level of chronic tissue inflammation, and it gives me some feeling more healthy. I believe that it works. My recent findings, for example, taking citric acid during or immediately after a meal with a lot of protein, if I eat fish or meat, I take citric acid, a gram or two, and it allows me to better digest proteins and follow one meal a day. Yes, and the one meal a day helps me to ignite the autophagy process in cells. Also, I don't practice this one meal a day every day, but about maybe every next day instead. So if I have time, if I don't stay home all the day, but if I go cycling and spend time outside, then I go this 1 mile a day. No, 1 meal a day, pardon. And in particular, I prepare and upload this video in order to better understand. But I wish to accelerate rejuvenation, and then in particular, I prepare and upload this video in order to better understand what else can I do. Obviously, I don't give ready recommendations for quick body rejuvenation simply because there is no such technology yet. I'm just working on it. I do not sell anything, I do not advertise, and I do not receive any financial income from my videos, but I do it for my own motivation to work even harder. Because these efforts help me to think better and make the right decision. It's also important to work, to keep your brain working, and then you will not have degradation of your mind. Not to mention that I am a scientist by profession and have to use my brain. This is what I say. And if my channel visitors would share their own ideas in comments, then everybody will only benefit from such activities. So I hope you will contribute also, because this is how science works. You share the ideas, you discuss, and then some new ideas appear new, and then the solution can be proposed. As I have already said many times in my videos, the process of aging and death in old age can be largely, at least in big part, explained by the accumulation of so-called zombie or senescent cells that cease to perform their normal functions in the tissue of our body, but do not self-destruct, do not go to apoptosis. Instead, they increase in size and go into hyperactivity mode, producing a great number of signaling protein molecules. This is so-called SASP, and including pro-inflammatory cytokines and chemokines, and which not only cause tissue inflammation but also lead to transition of neighboring healthy cells to the zombie state. Many diseases of older age are manifestation of chronic tissue inflammation. This is a primary, and first of all, cardiovascular diseases, Alzheimer, and type 2 diabetes, atherosclerosis, and other diseases. And it is believed that even at very old age, zombie or senescent cells make up only a few % of all living cells in any given tissue, but they cause serious deviations in the structure and function of the tissue. Chronic inflammation, impaired regeneration of the tissue, fibrosis, and other unpleasant consequences. And when a certain threshold for the number of zombie or senescent cells is exceeded, the number begins to grow exponentially, which leads to the death of the body due to a sharp increase in the concentration of toxins in the blood plasma and the level of tissue inflammation with the loss of their functions. So, and first, this agent related to degeneration of our immune system and our brain. There are several main approaches to the problem of increasing the number of zombie or senescent cells in old age. To develop drugs, senolytics that are toxic, selectively toxic to abnormal zombie or senescent cells, but harmless to healthy ones. Yeah, it's quite difficult way. To stimulate an immune response that selectively kills this zombie or senescent cells. This is certainly the best, but how to do it, we have to think. And to ensure an increase in the level of reactive oxygen species in zombie or senescent cells for their self-destruction, because they're so sensitive to this reactive oxygen species. And then if we create such conditions for temporary, then we can kill some number of zombie cells. And to ensure activation of the autophagy process in the cells in the body as a whole, because this when we go to autophagy, we stop to produce proteins, and the zombie cells, they rely very much on production of proteins, and we better do it from time to time. Experiments have shown that even a single and partial act of the zombie cells or senescent cells elimination ensures an extension of the average lifespan of mice, and simply lowering the level of pro-inflammatory cytokines and chemokines in serum without even killing the zombie cells can improve physical and mental performance. This is what we see in experiments with exchange of plasma of serum, because if we take blood plasma from younger mice and make exchange to older one, then we reduce the concentration of these pro-inflammatory substances, toxins, and then definitely physical and mental performances will increase for a while, for months or a few. Already from my older video, you know that there are drugs and drug combinations that are more successful in destroying the zombie cells than healthy cells. For example, the combination of dasatinib plus quercetin, which are selected specially for destruction of zombie cells or senescent cells in the skin and adipose tissue. People who did this experiment, they're very smart, they're very smart, and so they selected such combinations that will kill selectively zombie cells in the skin and in the adipose tissue. And this what gave the improvement, the result. So they were really very smart people. So quercetin also you can click. It also works as senolytic. Navitoclax. Yeah, well, tests of these drugs in mice have shown improvement in physical strength and endurance shortly after treatment, as well as prolongation of lifespan of mice. Yeah, this. So aerobic or cardio exercises while fasting can activate autophagy, and however, activation of autophagy delays aging only with moderate use. You have to do it not for a few days. Maybe in older age you need just one meal a day, or this extended fasting. So, and you can read the publication. So the problem is that with age, autophagy becomes less effective due to a decrease in effectiveness of enzymes within liposomes, and they are getting so as a result, liposomes become clogged with undigested debris, in particular some lipids, and cells with damaged and cells are getting debris of damaged organelles and proteins. And the most promising approach is to provide the lysosome with new, more efficient enzyme. Okay, so again, what are the toxins which liposomes can destroy? These are mostly PUFA. This is polyunsaturated fatty acids. They're very easy to oxidate, and they're very difficult to break them apart when they oxidate it. And then in older age they accumulate, and actually they ignite transition of healthy cells to zombie state. So remove from your diet any vegetable oils. You can use avocado oil or olive oil and coconut oil, especially coconut oil is very good, but animal fats are the best. I personally take tincture of the bees shilajit, which contains enzymes that can destroy wax and even polyethylene, not to mention lipids. Please watch my video in Russian or English, so I give the references, click on it. I cannot be sure if these enzymes are getting into the bloodstream or and into the cells, but since there is evidence of health benefits from this bees shilajit, I continue to take both the bees shilajit tincture and capsules. Capsules, they are capsules contain live bacteria capable of production of these enzymes right in the colon. So the idea was that if I swallow this bacteria, then they produce these enzymes inside of my body and in a large amount, and so I hope it works. But yeah, so I do it, and again, I don't need to buy these products. I produce more than enough of them in my apiary and micro farm for wax moth larvae. Again, if you watch the video about this shilajit, it is very easy to produce. I don't know, it's anybody can afford it. It is small size farm, is takes not much time, and it is actually very good substances, very good help for your health. We know that accelerated aging of the body as a result of the genetic disease cocaine syndrome, when the average life expectancy of patients is only 12 years. The accelerated aging is accompanied by suppression of the autophagy process, increased production of reactive oxygen species, and damage to mitochondria. We also know that rapamycin at low doses of lithium salts activate autophagy. Accordingly, these stimulants of mitochondrial autophagy are potential treatment options for accelerated aging phenotype. So there was a publication on it. Again, this is the accelerated aging. You see, accelerated aging is because of no autophagy, because higher production of reactive oxygen species and damage to mitochondria. So topical application of rapamycin 1,000 of the percent in the form of a cream with dimethyl sulfoxide for deep skin penetration was accompanied by a relative improvement in the clinical appearance of the skin and histological markers of aging in humans. Meanwhile, no signs of skin pathological changes or inflammation were observed. You can read the publication. However, long-term use of rapamycin can lead to muscular dystrophy. And again, I personally would stay away from rapamycin, but people made such experiment and it worked, so it gave some improvement. Our immune system in a younger age reacts to the secretion of the pro-inflammatory cytokines and destroy zombie or senescent cells as soon as they appear. But in older age, the immune system is overwhelmed by the amount of pathogens and toxins coming from the gut, from our colon, special colon, which lead to chronic inflammation of the gut and other tissues. Apparently, due to this overload with toxins, senile degeneration of the immune system occurs because it is overloaded. It cannot remove the toxins and all these foreign proteins. And in particular, some of its tissue of the immune system are getting replaced by adipose tissue. Rejuvenation of the immune system can help to destroy some of the zombie cells or senescent cells throughout the body. And as we know, rejuvenation of the thymus, and an important part of the immune system, has been demonstrated with metformin, DHEA, zinc, and selenium, and such dietary supplements and growth hormone injections. There was publication, you can click and read the publication. So it was quite an achievement, but it took long for a year. In some patients, after a year of taking these drugs, there was a partial return of natural hair color. That is, this approach works for the rejuvenation of the skin and hair follicles, and not only for general biological and not only for general biological rejuvenation of the internal organs. So immune system work. If we rejuvenate our immune system, this is very important also. But again, if your skin is rejuvenated, if you reduce the toxins coming to your amount of toxins coming through your guts, then you will feel better. This is what I got actually. I feel much better, much younger since I changed the diet. Okay, I already said that hair graying happens due to accumulation of zombies or senescent cells in the skin. So you can click on the article. That leads to the decrease of the enzyme catalase production, as well as an insufficient production of the enzyme tyrosinase, which is involved in the production of melanin in the hair follicles. The appearance of gray hair is a sign of increased oxidative stress in the skin tissue and around the hair follicles due to increased concentration of reactive oxygen species produced by zombie cells in the skin. So our skin, together with the adipose tissue, is the largest organ in our body in terms of weight and size. At the same time, it is the largest reservoir of zombie or senescent cells. Indeed, the skin is affected by external factors, ultraviolet radiation and chemicals, while the adipose tissue is used by our body as a storehouse of those toxins that our body is not able to neutralize and to remove in time. So, and all this, all these harmful factors lead to premature aging of the skin and accumulation of fatty tissue with age in muscles, as well as other organs and tissues in our body, to increase storage capacity for toxins that are entering our body from the intestines or produced inside our cells. So you see, we are getting fat because we are getting too many toxins, and we cannot remove them from the body. Our just immune system, our liver cannot do it. If we reduce the amount of the toxins, then it will be, then all this deposit tissue will shrink, so we will lose fat. So to lose fat, you have to first reduce the number of toxins, but also when you are getting thinner, when you are losing fat, then what is happening, toxins are coming to your blood, you might feel yourself very, very bad. And it takes time to remove, for example, polyunsaturated fatty acids, which are toxic, no doubts. And to remove this from your body, it takes a year, longer than a year to remove it. Yes, so if you stop eating vegetable oils, it will take a year or longer to see the impact, to see the improvement. So, yeah, this is again, but it will work, So recent research confirms that skin may be a factor in the development of chronic tissue inflammation. Zombie or senescent cells are characterized by noticeable changes in biological properties, such as an increase in the size of the cells themselves, as well as the size and number of mitochondria in them, an increase in the production of reactive oxygen species, which simultaneously decrease the production of antioxidants, glutathione, for example, and a decrease in activity of enzymes and lysosomes. So these zombie cells, they don't clean themselves, they also produce more reactive oxygen species, but this is the way how we can remove them. So therefore, zombie or senescent cells, they are sensitive to an increase of the concentration of reactive oxygen species, which can lead to their self-destruction, apoptosis. Such an increase in the concentration of reactive oxygen species can be achieved by breathing oxygen-rich air, in hyperventilation, the lungs, and using certain dietary supplements, for example, berberine and fisetin. So we can do it, we can help our immune system to remove them, zombie cells. Just do it in steps and work. Over the past 5 years, research on psoriasis and dermatitis has shown that skin inflammation increases the risk of heart disease. What can be interpreted so that skin aging due to accumulation of zombie senescent cells leads to an increase in the concentration of pro-inflammatory cytokines in the blood plasma, which initiate inflammatory process in other tissues and primarily in the epithelium layer of blood vessels. And an experiment in which part of the blood plasma of old mice was replaced by blood plasma of young mice confirms this hypothesis. Indeed, by replacement of plasma, the concentration of these pro-inflammatory proteins and signal in molecules decreases, which leads to healing the chronic tissue inflammation and better physical and cognitive performance. So you see, it is again quite even a small number of small amount of the this senescent cells. It poisons our body. So even small amount we are getting chronic inflammation, and we are aging because of chronic inflammation. So this hypothesis is further supported by a decrease in plasma level of pro-inflammatory cytokines in both the elderly humans and in mice following topical skin improvement. So it turns out that simply treating the aging skin dysfunction, it is possible to reduce chronic inflammation in the body and improve health. Thus, the use of cream containing 3 types of lipids, cholesterol, free fatty acids and ceramides, helps to restore the skin. Interestingly, that ceramides provoke the death of cancer cells and possibly zombie or senescent cells. So it is the presence of ceramides in this cream that can reduce the concentration of toxins among zombie or senescent cells. And so, so in the clinical studies, 33 elderly people aged 58 to 95 years applied 3 milliliters of such cream to the whole body, twice a day and for a month. 1 month later, the researchers measured the blood level of the 3 pro-inflammatory cytokines, interleukin, interleukin 6 and 1 and beta. Okay, so you see this scientific abbreviation, and the concentration of these cytokines increases considerably with old age because we accumulate the zombie cells, and zombie cells produce these pro-inflammatory cytokines. And it turned out that the use of ceramide cream reduced the level of these cytokines in the participants almost to the level of people in their 30s. Only 1 month it rejuvenated, actually like rejuvenating the conditions. It is not it was only 1 month, there was no probably change in appearance, but again, if you use it for longer, because to see the change in appearance you have to use it for a year, for example. Yeah? So this is a good idea. This is a good idea that only with the use of cream with some substances that can kill zombie cells, it helps to reduce the concentration of pro-inflammatory cytokines in the blood and rejuvenate the body even little bit. It was very good results. Okay, you see that this, what is happening is rejuvenation goes through the skin. If we if we will kill zombie cells in skin, we will get big step in rejuvenation of the body. This is my idea. So I was reading this and then I came to this conclusion. It is actually, maybe I'm not the first to put this idea, but I got confirmation from other publications that people actually think in such way. The epidermis, the outermost layer of the skin, is made up of 4 layers of cells: stratum corneum, granular layer, spinous layer, basal layer. Each cell layer in the epidermis represents a different stage in the process in which the basal epidermal keratinocytes undergo a continuous cycle of division, differentiation, and self-destruction, moving upward from the basal layer to ultimately produce the outer stratum corneum. This is upper layer. The dead cells of the stratum corneum remain connected to each other through proteins and lipids, creating a protective barrier between the body and the external environment against some toxins and oxygen. And you see this structure of the body. So everything is happening here in epidermis in so little, so small thin layer which protects us from outer environment. And we have these melanocytes, okay, melanocytes. They are such cells which are produce the melanin. Melanin is dark pigment, and this dark pigment can go to the skin and can make skin dark, or if it is in some people it is not so dark. Okay, so but we have these melanocytes. The stratum carnelium also acts as a barrier and prevents the loss of moisture from the body to external environment. The rate of renewal of the epidermis is significantly reduced with accumulation of zombie senescent cells. In this case, the stratum carnelium gradually becomes thinner. So as we are aging, our skin gets thinner. This leads to ultraviolet damage to underlying layers of skin, degradation of collagen and elastin, and ultimately manifests itself in the form of weakness. Okay, so okay, look, in younger skin we have this epidermis is thick and everything work well, but in old age, these melanocytes, they are getting to zombie state, and they produce this inflammatory cytokines, these molecules. So you see, and they change the structure of the epidermis, and also they change the structure of below, and this is why our skin gets old. It turned out that the accumulation of zombie or senescent cells in the skin does not occur among keratinocytes, but among the melanocytes, cells that produce the pigment responsible for skin color or to protect against ultraviolet radiation. You can click on the article and you can read it. Melanocytes divide very little very slowly throughout our life, and make 5–10% of the cells in the basal layer of the epidermis. But it was among them that molecular markers of cellular aging and transition to the zombie or senescent state in aging skin were found. Moreover, melanocytes age with without telomere shortening, which is not surprising since they are dividing slowly. But melanocytes get DNA damage due to oxidation in the skin. So you see, it is quite surprising result that not keratinocytes get senescent because they divide so rapidly, but it is this melanocytes result. So in younger age we have all these melanocytes good, normal, but as we're aging we have these zombie cells, and zombie cells, they poison all the skin. The skin gets thinner, underlying layer also is poisoned. We have not much elastin and produced, and our skin losing elasticity. So this is what we have. This is our target, to remove the zombie cells among them, the melanocytes. And these cells are the only ones that release pro-inflammatory toxins that cause skin aging. Chronic exposure to this SASP, to signal molecules, initiates the transition of neighboring cells to the zombie or senescent state and reduces the regenerative capacity of keratinocytes. So this is how they influence. Okay, so through the melanocytes, zombie cells among them, they change and they poison all our body, not only skin. So this leads to skin aging, and it turned out that the use of senolytics, or the use of antioxidant, mitochondrial antioxidant, which protects mitochondria in melanocytes, can achieve the effect of skin rejuvenation or slowing down skin aging. The photographs show evidence that the destruction of the zombie cells or senescent melanocytes by senolytic medicine can rejuvenate the skin. So this This was experimental proven. So in younger age we have thick layer of the epidermis, and basal layer is has no zombie cells, but when the aging zombie cells accumulate and then epidermis gets thinner, we have destruction of the collagen below, and we have very thin layer which protect us. And then, but if we kill the senescent cells in this among melanocytes, then we get rejuvenation of the body. And then again, my next step in my logic that if we rejuvenate our skin, then we rejuvenate all the body, or at least it will be a big step. A controlled skin peeling is widely used to achieve the cosmetic effect of facial rejuvenation. In ancient time, women used a heat burn with a flame. At present, weak acids, some toxins and oxidants are used, and the smaller the molecule of the substance for peeling, the deeper they penetrate and the greater the effect. So you can read the publication. But a natural question arises: can we selectively destroy a zombie senescent cells in the skin by means of the controlled peeling, as well as combination of the chemical substances with other means? Maybe, but for now this chemical peeling kills without selection, but it creates such conditions that our immune system probably will will kill some zombie cells, some senescent cells. So the penetration depth can be increased with some solvents. For example, dimethyl sulfoxide is a low toxic solvent with antioxidant properties, which at concentration about 10% in water increases the permeability of the cell's membranes. However, some people are allergic to this substance, and it is necessary also to use pure dimethyl sulfoxide for medical applications, not a technical solvent. Another way to increase the depth of skin penetration by using micro needles. Okay, then. But yeah, you see, the peeling can go different depths, very superficial peeling, and medium and deep. Deep peeling remove all the epidermis. It is very dangerous operation, but in principle it gives the result. It gives some smooth layer of epidermis. So yeah, well, okay. Again, I would not advise, I don't have experience with this, but again, there is no, the chemical skin peeling leads to undifferentiated, so it is no selection, it kills all the cells, but it leads to local inflammation, that is dilation of the capillaries, higher blood flow, migration of some cells of the immune system and stem cells into the affected area of the skin. Accordingly, the upper keratinous layer of the skin exfoliates, and the deep layer increases in thickness. And again, this immune system, the phagocytes, they can come and kill selectively the zombie cells. In principle, there is some selectivity, but not much. Okay, then treatment of the affected skin with creams and preparations containing lotions containing vitamin C and E, as well as B3 and B5, promotes the production of collagen and increases the thickness of the epidermis. The result is a cosmetic effect, visible improvement in the elasticity, reduction of wrinkles and pigments, but again it is not for very long. If we will not destroy the zombie cells, it will work not for long. Again, we have to destroy it in all skin, not only face, and because we have these toxins produced in all our skin. The history of the invention and the use of Gessner solution is known, which German sailors, submariners, use daily as an aftershave lotion. As a result, the skin on the face of the sailors looked very young and healthy, despite the long time they have spent in submarine without sunlight and fresh air. Gessner solution consists of salicylic acid, resorcinol, lactic acid, and ethanol. Ingestion solution is usually applied in 2 or 3 coats and does not require neutralization. Many other formulations for skin hair removal also are described for skin peeling. Sorry. Okay, many other formations for skin. I did it. Okay, described in the article mentioned above and in the forward review publications like practical approach to chemical peels, chemical peeling, and etc. Okay, these molecules which are normally used in chemical peeling, this lactic acid, it is easy to get, and HEA, glycolic acid, it is the smallest molecule and it penetrates relatively deep, and trichloroacetic acid is very deep penetrating and also very strong chemical. And these toxins, this phenol and resorcinol, these are toxins. They kill the cells. But okay, in some it is used. Okay, I myself have no experience with skin. Pardon, with skin. The translation was wrong. With skin peeling. And in addition, it is as already wrote, we need to process the entire skin surface. This can be done with gels, lotions and creams, for example, after sauna or shower. It is possible that some diluted gestional solution can be applied to most of the skin surface and even added to the bath water. However, the problem of selective destruction of melanocytes in zombie state remains, or at least suppressing the release of pro-inflammatory signal molecules. Until then, you can use a cream containing cholesterol, free saturated fatty acids and vitamins. Niacinamide promotes ceramide synthesis, vitamin B3, so it is required in the cream. The increased production of reactive oxygen species also promotes the production of ceramides and can result in the selective destruction of zombie cells. Therefore, creams and lotions high in vitamin C and in combination with the lipophilic antibiotic doxycycline and other similar antibiotics can, in my opinion, again I cannot prove it, selectively destroy these melanocytes that are in the zombie state. Indeed, vitamin C, mega doses of vitamin C inhibit aerobic glycolysis of glucose in the cytoplasm and deplete the cellular supply of antioxidant glutathione, resulting in accumulation of reactive oxygen species and oxidative stress in cells. And since cancer and zombie cells are especially sensitive to this reactive oxygen species, that can result in their selective destruction. Okay, this is just, again, there is a publication to use this combination. I'm not sure it was just cell structure, cell culture. And so I just, but you see, okay, you see what so again, I'm not a medical professional, so I'm not giving any medical advice. What I'm doing, I work as a scientist, I read a lot of articles, I make some review, and I get to some ideas. And these my ideas were like, again, how we can rejuvenate our body, not by taking like niacinamide, riboside, or whatever, it's expensive supplements. This doesn't work. I mean, it works, but not so efficient. So we have to start rejuvenation from our skin. This is my idea. I don't know yet how we will do it. But I got some chemicals. I got some medicine. I ordered it, and it is not yet delivered. But I have a plan to try. Again, I'm not advising you to try anything, but I try to rejuvenate my own body. This is how I work as a scientist. I read quite many publications. I try to search what is the state of art, what people are doing, what of the ideas. But again, this is quite new, and this is a big important step in my process and my progress that I try. So I used already these supplements like niacinamide and together with metformin and with other supplements. It works slowly, but it works, but it is not enough. I want to see some quick rejuvenation. And how can I do it? I believe that I can do it by rejuvenation my skin. I have to find out some formulations or the way how to rejuvenate it. Of course, an easy way it is go to sauna and to get exposed to high temperature steam, and then you will get all the effects, the dilation of your blood capillaries, and then your immune system will kill some zombie cells. And especially if you use after the sauna, if you use some creams, this is maybe the only way to go. And but I'm not sure. I will try this and that, and okay, maybe I will share the results, or at least you will see it in my videos. Okay, then again, if you it took a long time, but imagine how long it took me to produce the video, to read all the articles and to get the ideas, and it was really big work. So whatever, if you don't have time to watch this video, yeah, well, sorry. But again, it will be probably available as in few years. But again, what I would tell you, the many cosmetic, many companies produce some magical combination of cream or something. They sell it very expensive. Again, you can, if you have money, and then you can use this or that, I don't know. But again, sometimes it is just junk, just shit. It doesn't work, or making only harm your body. Now, to the moment, there is no recipe, there is no method to rejuvenate the body. I'm personally working it. I believe that I can do it. I already got some rejuvenation already, so I feel much better than a year ago. So yeah, so you can join the team. Okay, thank you for your time. Your support will be much appreciated. Ciao.